Hey, this is Erin Zellis from Field of Noise Magazine, and we're here with Parrish in Studio 69. So where did you get the name Parrish?
People think Parrish might be a little bit about death and like all the dark side stuff. There was a point in my life where I was, working a 9-to-5 job in a cubicle as an architect, and was really overwhelmed, and I decided that I'm just going to quit everything that I'm doing. I had a college degree at the time, and I just kind of threw that away. Was kind of questioning my whole life, and then I realized, I was the happiest I was at that moment. So Parrish to me symbolizes that letting go and as a lifestyle. I think everyone at some point in their life should kind of stop and evaluate and kind of see what they need in life and what they don't really need, and then rebuild.
You refer to yourself as an ultrasexual or a pansexual. What exactly do you mean by that?
I'm really against defining sexuality, and it seems like by defining sexuality, you almost create boundaries for yourself. And I think socially, a lot of people find themselves having to describe, what turns them on and what they're into. An ultrasexual is somebody who just is sexual to me, and maybe an abundance of sexuality. Because once you let go of those titles and those boundaries, you become kind of an ultrasexual. You become someone who's limitless and can look at anything as sexual.
How did you get into the industry of party throwing and planning?
I used to travel a lot and go on the road and play and do these performances at these parties. And then come back to Los Angeles, I wouldn't know anybody, So I said, what, I need to, meet my Los Angeles, friends and, go out more. So rather than go out to all the clubs, I was like, I'm going to invite everyone to a place and see what happens. And, at the time, this was before Facebook, when I put out, a bunch of emails and we were kind of surprised how many people showed up and with the capacity, like within a few hours. And I was like, wow, this is fun. Everyone's coming and having a good time, and great support. All the photographers came out, and a lot of interesting creative people came out and actually inspired me to throw another party. And so I think it just kind of happened.
Tell me about your performers and artists that you have at your events.
I think Studio 69, and what is so great about it is that I don't, for the longest time, we didn't have a stage. And one of the ideologies behind the whole Studio 69 movement is that you could show up, dress up, and be a performer of any skill level and still be a performer at the club. I think there's so many troops right now that I have ongoing that I'm managing, and it's from clowns to fire dancers to stilt walkers to aerialists to girls who use metal grinders and shoot sparks, and it's still expanding, and it's not all me managing it either. We have people coming to the club who are volunteering to just say, hey, there's so many performers at Parrish, how can I help, and how can I put together a stage show, because I met this person and that person, and now we want to do a show. And so it's really opening up the doorways for a lot of performers in Los Angeles, and we have people coming from San Francisco and Las Vegas, and hopefully I think what I'm hoping to do within the next year or so is to go on the road and create this performer revolution.
What is Studio 69 for those of us that don't know?
When I was thinking about what to call the movement, I guess I'll call it, I was just drawn to Andy Warhol. Some of his ideas just kind of really attracted me about bringing in a lot of eccentric talent and kind of having this artistic, force behind nightlife. In Los Angeles, I think, there's a ton of art and there's a ton of people doing a lot of great things, but not a place for them to go and actually say, okay, this is where I want to go and show off my art. I was like, I don't want to focus on just the music. I don't want to focus on just, people coming out and getting drunk at the parties. It's more about how much art can I kind of have come through the doors.
So we want to thank you for letting us come out and have this interview with you. And we're all super excited about the next Studio 69 that's going to be coming up here on May 14th. All of the events are themed events, the second Saturday of the month at Vanguard in Hollywood.